In this video, I'm going to show you grants of up to $100,000, grants for veterans, grants for disabled people, grants for students, grants for people who need rental assistance and mortgage aid. We even have grants to fix your teeth. Ladies and gentlemen, we have grants for everyone, and I have listed them all in the spreadsheet where you will find links to information resources and application portals to grants for everyone. You can go ahead and find it by subscribing to our newsletter at bit.ly/NealRod. I always keep a link in the top pinned comment and the video description below. Let's get right to it. First off, as I have told you time and time again, I'll just let this page float for a minute for you to be able to enjoy grant resources and all the support that this country has to offer, or as much as you can possibly find in this country. Stop being an individual. Start a small business. All you have to do is sell something. You could do that by taking some of your used items and flipping them on eBay, Mercari, or other online marketplaces, or visiting our free education tab, which constitutes grants, because you know how much people get into debt to obtain a formal education, whereas on this free education tab, you can learn how to do search engine optimization, all of this for free. That's why it's called free education tab. I showed you how I do the knowledge of all the books that I keep in my library. Nonetheless, all this is free. The spreadsheet's free, but the crack costs money. Oh yeah. So you want to learn how to do search engine optimization, which is the practice of you selling products or services by welcoming more traffic to your website. We got an entrepreneur subreddit. We got a subreddit for SEO, where the users of the Reddit platform actually share their case studies and how they are being successful. We've got Skillshop, where you can learn how to advertise on Google, learn how to advertise on Facebook with this other link on the 10th row. Tax, how to prepare your taxes as a small business. You want to learn how to do cybersecurity, how to be certified by Google, and all these other digital ready type of programs. Discover digital literacy. And while we're on the subject of education, one of the grants right here, the Verizon Small Business Grant right here. Take a look. $10,000 grant opportunities now available to apply. Simply complete 2 courses or coaching events between January 1st, 2022 and June 30th, 2022, and apply by June 30th, 2022. There are a whopping 32,540,953 small businesses in the United States, where a whopping 26,485,532 are what the Small Business Administration refers to as non-employer firms, meaning that each of those entities is a business that only one person operates. You could start that right now. And you don't even have to learn all this stuff, man. If you learn how to do this stuff and you can outsource people to go ahead and do it for you on a website such as Fiverr, you can pay pennies on the dollar. Let's say you want to have someone do SEO. Probably one of the most challenging tasks when performing search engine optimization is link building. All right, so I will optimize your website SEO. I will do on-page SEO and optimize your website. All of that a little more simple because link building is a little bit more persuasive in the act of doing so, right? Challenging, mentally challenging, how you have to reduce the activity in the DMN network so you can be able to take all these mentally challenging tasks of selling products or services. Look, do follow SEO, backlinks, white hat. You could do this for clients and you could upsell this stuff. If they're charging you $50, you could sell a program for $500. I've done it time and time again. You can 10x. Nobody people talking about 10x your efforts. This is a way to do it by learning how to do search engine optimization. You just want to learn the rest of this stuff? Remember all the stats that I shared with you on my last video where I showed you how all of these high net worth individuals, people who make millions and billions of dollars and also have that amount of money in assets, in wealth. 85% of these wealthy individuals read 2 or more books a month for education and learning purposes. Studies, not coming out of my mouth, coming out of scientific research. Always get educated. UFC chief Dana White, he's always getting kicked out of Las Vegas casinos because he's always beating the house because he's constantly working on a skill. So entrepreneurs are known to do that. Always work on a skill. Keep this brain fresh, always in motion. So like that, when it's time for you to learn the next step that you have to take as you build your small business. You know how to take it in the most efficient way possible. You can easily start a small business. No big storefront investment of $30,000 or $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 required. Again, I'll tell you time and time again, with a little over $100, I registered my LLC. My business was formed in a couple of days. Filed for my EIN. Now I qualify for all kinds of funding opportunities, including but not limited to all these grants you see right here, right? Like the Verizon grant that I showed you. Now, we talked about $100,000. Let's get right to that. Take a look at this real quick. I know, don't click the back button just because you see NYC. You know, that's where I'm born and raised nonetheless. But look how much they're giving for down payment assistance in New York City. $100,000. Now, I don't live in New York City now. What you doing? I'm about to click that back button, baby. Yo, hit the home down payment tab where I've listed a link to FHA.com. This organization lists links to websites of organizations that help you obtain down payment assistance in Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, through Mississippi, Pennsylvania, New York, Florida, Wyoming, in all 50 states. And I've also included a link to HUD.gov, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, with even more resources for individuals who want to obtain home buying down payment assistance. The rental assistance tab, where I have listed resources for you to get rental assistance in all of the 50 states and U.S. territories, not including the islands of Samoa, because I did not find a resource. But if you are from Samoa, I did not see anyone in my analytics that comes from Samoa. Shout me out in the comments section. I'll go ahead and find that resource for you. Puerto Rico, the island to which I owe my scholarship, because I was always reciting the Gran Combo while I was in college in BMCC and got my scholarship that way. Washington, D.C., Vermont for the talent stuff, for the English department, Delaware, West Virginia, Nebraska, Wyoming, all these places. If you're homeless, look, I have resources for that. Just Shelter, this is a great website where you can find community resources to that effect. Okay, training grants. Again, you want to get your technical abilities. As I told you on the previous video, feel free to go ahead and watch that. I'll go ahead and leave a link to it at the end of this video, and you could probably see it on the screen right now. You will notice that insurance agents who had great industry knowledge and were optimistic were the ones who sold most plans. They were the most successful in executing their job because of their sales skill. That's what practically everyone who has money, who has net worths in the millions and billions say is what they attribute all of their success. And they don't see anybody finding success without any types of sales skills, even if you don't become a salesperson, if you don't run a small business, because if you have technical ability, you have to learn how to sell that idea, even in an office environment. I give you the skills to do so right here in the spreadsheet. And just take a quick look, just so I could punctuate why is it I'm always telling you to go ahead and sell something, operate that small business that you could do for a little over $100 if you want to formalize it. Otherwise, you could just do it just to do it. Any form of non-W-2 filed income is operating a small business. Most of the funding opportunities, this is a grants.gov. This is a federal government grant database. Most of the funding opportunities on grants.gov are for organizations, not individuals. If you are looking for personal financial assistance or other types of funding, check out the grants program section. They're treating you like Rosa Parks. Hit the back of the bus if you are an individual. Nonetheless, if you are a small business, they treat you with more resources. They tend to you with more resources. Why? Because as a small business, you have the opportunity of putting together packages. Like I was telling you before, if, for instance, you don't want to learn the stuff that I have listed on the free education tab, you can hire other people to do it for you, right? So if you're hiring other people to perform the work on your behalf, you're delegating that, you are creating jobs. That's why the federal government wants to take care of you, because you are a job maker. Why we've made so much noise with the EIDL. Those of you who have been with me from the jump, may God bless you and thank you. I appreciate your viewership. You know, we got noise highlighted in the New York Times. We got in contact with the Small Business Administration, got millions of dollars in funding through the PPP and EIDL programs. A number of you have reported in the comment section that you have been successful in obtaining grants, watching my videos, and this time we've got so many more resources that I have listed, and I will continue to beef this up. So for any resource that you run into here or in any other video, just go ahead and perform related queries. So let's say rental assistance. Let's say I didn't have the list. I already have the list for all 50 states. You want to find rental assistance in your area, just go ahead and Google rental assistance. And I only get down to the state level in terms of linking the resource for rental assistance. So if you want to learn about rental assistance in your county, through the city council, and take a look at all these places where you can find your elected representatives, go ahead and perform that query. Let's say you live in Erie County, New York State, a place that I had never heard of until I spent a couple of New Years in Erie, Pennsylvania, in an indoor water park called Splash Lagoon. In that facility, it could be 80 degrees and you could be swimming in a wave pool while a 0-degree blizzard is pummeling the streets. And let's say you need mortgage aid or rental assistance. You go to Google and you type in the words Erie County, New York, rental assistance or mortgage aid or grants for veterans or grants for disabled people. Then the results will go ahead and populate links pointing you to websites of agencies and organizations that will help you obtain the assistance that you require. Otherwise, or furthermore, you can go ahead and contact your elected representatives by visiting this link that I have listed on the individual tab right here on our spreadsheet. You can find it bit.ly/NealRod. Link is in the top pinned comment. Find your representative. These people are in office to go ahead and help you. Let's say you want to find something in the 31196, well, the number of the building out in Virginia, and you get all of these. Well, they want you to go ahead and subscribe to their newsletter or their contact list. Look, you can get in contact with Mark Warner, Tim Kaine, your U.S. Senator, Winston Earl Simmons. Go down, look, all the way to the Southampton County Commissioner of Revenue, or look, your state attorney general, Lieutenant Governor of Virginia. Some of these results, they go down all the way to your city council person. And you've got other resources where you can go ahead and contact your representatives. Right here, look, contact elected officials on usa.gov/elected officials. Locate elected officials. When the Small Business Administration, if you have been with me from the jump, you know that they did not get back to me for a couple of months after I filed for reconsideration. I needed more money because they didn't give me all the money for which I qualified. I contacted my elected representative that I located through govtrack.us. Hakeem Jeffries, who represents me out in Howard Beach, got back to me, got in touch with the Small Business Administration, and lo and behold, they started responding to all my queries and they approved every single reconsideration that I filed with the Small Business Administration. Contact your elected representatives if one of these grant programs do not work for you, because look at all the tabs that I have up. I have dozens of tabs up, okay, with all of these resources. And I have dozens and hundreds of more resources on this spreadsheet that you can find by going ahead and subscribing to our newsletter. But if you still don't find something that works for you, then go ahead and give them a shot. Again, professional training. If you hit Webull and you open an account, you get free stock, I get free stock. Totally transparent. We're in Speedos right now. Look, children of restaurant employees, about the grant application for children of restaurant employees. You qualify for a grant right here through this core program. The fast break for women-owned businesses. Now, this is not for women-owned businesses only. Take a look at the eligibility criteria right here. Look, they've given out over 2 million. These are the people who have won. You got to submit your application by May 27th. So you got 2 days for this thing. Actually 1, because this thing's going up on Friday. Pardon me. At the time of filming, you've got 2 days. Please submit only 1 application. This is nationwide. You want to jump on this. The eligibility criteria is not only for black-owned or black or women-owned businesses, okay? The eligibility criteria is, I'll tell you right now, apply. Matter of fact, if you click apply now, you will be able to read the eligibility criteria right here. Eligible small businesses must be based in the United States, have been in business for at least 6 months, and currently in operation. A number of you have been watching my videos for some time and you already have your business, 6 months. Again, it's for startup. If in business for between 6 and 12, one of the following articles of incorporation for LLCs. You want to file your LLC. I've got a resource for that right here. File your LLC with Zen Business. Apply for an EIN for free through the IRS, single member LLC. Free. You have all the resources right here to go ahead and do that, to build yourself, to help and save and feed your families, to ultimately save this country, okay? And the hits keep on coming right here, right? There's so many, look. Have an annual revenue of less than 1 million. Have a business bank account, not be an industry. Go ahead and hit Chase if you're a veteran. You get a no-fee bank account. Hit Wells Fargo for a, not financial advice, simply what I'm doing, for a bank account that will not incur any fees as long as you keep a $500 balance. It's nothing. Come on. Look, HUD, you want home, down payment home assistance right here. State information for down payment assistance programs in every state, from Alabama to Wyoming, right here. And I've got that linked on the spreadsheet. Application cycle for the Asian Women Giving Circle program, right here. We've got, because this is for us, the Patient Advocate Foundation over here for students. I told you about students, right? Look, college grants database. It links you to a college grant database right here, collegegrant.net, right here. This has got grants, scholarships for students with disabilities, for disabled people, the Wells Fargo program for people with disabilities. I went ahead and linked that in the students tab. Federal employees, these are scholarships for disabled people. And if you hit the students tab right here, just keep on scrolling right here. You see how I'm hitting this right arrow right here? Boom, 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 boom. Students right here. We got more programs for you right here. Home educator, if you are homeschooling your children, right? Scholarships and grants, especially for homeschoolers. Right here, we got the resource for that, okay? I told you, we got a grant for people who want to fix their teeth. The dental grant application right here. It's all on the spreadsheet. You want to fix your teeth, they're a bit crooked? I understand. Listen, I struggle with my teeth. I got sensibility. I had to get this deep cleaning performed. Look, for veterans, look, the Lifeline for Vets, nvf.org. You can find resources there, all kinds of help. National Resource Directory for veterans, okay? Benefits.gov, that's your first place to look. Free car repairs or need help paying bills. All that's listed right here. You just got to perform a query. Just go ahead and visit the spreadsheet. You could find by subscribing to our newsletter at bit.ly/NealRod. And just go ahead and type in Lifeline, right? If you are on a page, if you're trying to look for it, look, Lifeline for Vets, it pops right up. Any of the keywords that you see while you're watching the video. USDA National Hunger Hotline. If you are nutrition insecure, as the government puts it, you don't have food, you need food, go ahead and contact 1-866-3-HUNGRY. USDA Nutrition Security, right? All these resources for you to obtain food if you don't have it. Basic needs, funding guidelines while the community works to redress. Look, this is for if you see something that's specific to a region in the United States where you do not live, just go ahead and perform a query for the similar program and you can find it. Chippewa Valley residents will have access to food, shelter, and medical services. So food services, let's say you do food services in Houston, Texas, right? Boom. Perform a query. Cisco Foodie Solutions, food service jobs, food service, food bank. Look, Houston Food Bank right here. Donate, volunteer, find help. I found a Houston Food Bank, Thursday, May 26th. Volunteer shift closures. If you want to be a volunteer or if you need food, go ahead and visit these resources. It's all right here. Core Gives, I showed you that one already. Look, the EWDD, Economic Workforce Development Department. There's a website that I have listed called EDA.gov, right? You go to EDA.gov, this organization, this is another agency. You can call this agency and go ahead and browse through the platform and you will find all kinds of funding opportunities. Look, EDA launches $45 million funding opportunity. Build the skill strength, regional innovation hubs, and invest in local business startups. Right here. Take a look. Go ahead and read through this stuff. A number of you keep asking questions and you ask questions about how to apply for these things. Go ahead and apply and let the brand stakeholders, the administrators of these programs tell you what is the exact way, what is the eligibility criteria, because I don't know the exact eligibility criteria. Sometimes perhaps one of these programs may bend the rules or they've omitted something or interpret something that you think is not right, that you automatically say, they've taken me out, they've excluded me from the eligibility criteria, I don't qualify for this thing, and you move on. If you call them nonetheless, you never know. Perhaps you're in a special situation. They may make an exception. You never know. Give them a call. You got to hustle for this stuff. Everyone who I've spoke to has been successful. Look, for seniors, guides to benefits. You gave, now save. Guide to benefits for seniors. We got a guide to which I link you. Social Security benefits. I don't want to assume that people already have this. Look, scholarship for disabilities. We went through this one already, right? USA.gov, disability financial support. Okay, down payment assistance program in every state for 2022. You've got that HUD link that I just showed you. Nonetheless, I've also included this mortgagereports.com page because it has links to many programs nationwide, and it has explanations that may help you obtain that. Enrich her. You have to pay a $37 application. This is one of the only programs that I see that you have to pay for, but feel free to give them a call. Perhaps if you show that you have low income, they may allow you to apply for free. Looking for funding to grow your business? There's 5K small business grants available. Now, the beauty of you starting a small business and learning how to sell is because perhaps, like a number of you say, this stuff is like a lottery sometimes. They only pick a few people out of the hundreds or thousands of people that apply. However, if you have a business on which you can fall, you start to build, you start to sell things and pay off your credit, get your credit right. And you can get credit, hundreds of thousands of dollars to go ahead and fund your business, your idea, and do whatever it is. Become sustainable and be able to do whatever it is you require. Obtain the funding and the capital for you to be able to put your idea into motion to bring it to life. You do that by incorporating yourself, by registering your organization, getting a merchant line of credit. I'll teach you about all of that. Stick with me, roll with me, because I am here to help you make something out of absolutely nothing if required, because that's where I came from. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, New York. I've told you time and time again. Didn't have any type of silver spoon. People getting shot up in front of me. Zombies on the corner across the street from where Donald Trump was born. Not a nice place when I came up. Perhaps 72 or 720 years ago when he was born, but it was crazy when I was born. Van Wyck and Jamaica Ave. Black entrepreneurs matter. Black women entrepreneurs receive less than 5%. Look, Black women entrepreneurs. Here goes another program right here. Go ahead and go through the spreadsheet. It's all there. We covered this one, but I'll go ahead and cover it again. The Driving Small Business Forward Progressive Commercial Insurance. It's for Hispanic entrepreneurs. They'll help you get a truck. Look, provide $25,000 to 10 small businesses towards the purchase of a commercial vehicle to accelerate their business. Deadline, June 17th, 2022. I told you that through a training grant that I obtained through my one-stop center in New York City gave me $4,000 so I can obtain my CDLA license. Couldn't keep it. I had to surrender it because it was speeding, doing what I was supposed to in a whipper. Nonetheless, but I had it for some time. The famous Amos grant with a deadline of June 26, 2022. Take a look at the eligibility requirements, see if you qualify. Otherwise, give them a call. Give them a call. Talk to these people. Don't be scared. Look, COVID-19, emergency relief, and federal student aid, student loan payments to restart after August 31st, 2022. There's all kinds of assistance right now. If you have issues with paying back your student loan, right now you don't have to pay it back until August. All kinds of resources available for you to obtain. Every single resource that you require provided by the true and living God. Watch this video right here so you can see what is the skill that you have to always keep in possession as an asset. So regardless of what market conditions exist, you will always succeed.